Kevin Doory is an unusual SEO. Why? Because I know him through two of my employees that work at my company, RustyBrick. He is in the local SEO space, has been for a really long time, specifically the automotive space. And we spoke a little bit about local SEO versus traditional SEO, how Google My Business helps businesses, and the old days of local SEO. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. Enjoy. SEMrush is an online visibility, management, and content marketing SaaS platform. Today, it unites over 5 million marketers worldwide and assists them in their everyday with help of its key tools: competitive research, SEO, content marketing, social media, and advertising. SEMrush always aims to provide a product solution to all marketing experts to ease their workflow. Check out their newly launched tool, Content Marketplace. Now you can order and optimize blog posts in just a few clicks to fuel your content marketing efforts. Check them out at semrush.com, and thank you for sponsoring SEMrush. Kevin, thanks for doing this. I appreciate it. We're at Tech SEO Boost, and we're doing it in a loud room. This is the actual room where everybody's speaking in. But can you please tell people who you are?
I'm Kevin Doory. I'm currently the Director of SEO at AutoRevo, automotive marketing and software provider in Dallas, Texas.
Cool. And it's interesting because we have a history. I think a positive history, because I met you back in like 2005, I guess, kind of, through two of my employees at RustyBrick.
Right.
Jimmy Mancusi and Alex Ferro.
Yeah, they're currently your employees. Jimmy and I worked together in Maryland, and he left that company to go to New York to work for you.
Yes.
That's how we met.
And then you wanted to get into SEO, so I'm like, yeah, he's the best SEO ever. And who hired you?
Where did I go from there? You introduced me to Chris Boggs, but I left there and went to XI Group, which is currently a Dominion Dealer Solutions.
Okay.
So that's where I start. It's very ironic that I started in SEO doing automotive SEO.
Right.
And now, 14 years later, I've ended up back doing automotive SEO.
Yeah, so you have a pretty rich history in SEO. You've pretty much been at numerous companies, working in agency life, working for companies themselves, from pure SEO to now local SEO.
Yep, I started out, the first gig that I had, I was doing in-house SEO, and I met the guys at Bruce Clay because they were also our SEO company, which was interesting that we had an SEO and we had a company.
Yeah.
And I used that to sort of figure out my way. Like I've done agency life, like you said, did in-house, did consulting, and then went back to agency life to get more diversity.
So whenever there was an issue with any of the SEO related stuff, you just blame Bruce.
No, well, ironically enough, I figured it out, an issue that the company was dealing with, and Bruce actually said to me, he's like, you told us what was not so good going on that we couldn't figure out. That was back before you knew all the dark black things, black hat type stuff that was going on.
So now that you've done local in the old days, you've
Yep.
done SEO, pure SEO, and now you're back in local. What's easier, local or organic search?
I think traditional SEO is easier because there's more known. Local, especially local the way it is now, is ever changing. So like with the Bedlam update, some people thought it was this.
We're not calling it that
people
now.
thought, oh, we're not?
No, Google came out with the official name.
See, that's what happens when you're traveling from Dallas to Boston.
So Google confirmed it. It's the first time Google confirmed a real, maybe not the first, one of the first times Google confirmed a local update. And the Bedlam name was interesting because Joy's prediction around it being relevancy is actually accurate, because it's the first time Google's using what they're calling neural matching in local search.
Okay.
And it's really based Google understanding the local query as it relates to the content of either the Google My Business listing or other things around it on the web. So yeah, so now Google's the first time actually communicating about this stuff.
Did they name it?
They named it the Google November Local Search, no, Google November NOV period 2019 Local Search Update.
Yeah, that's
Sullivan likes
that's much easier than Bedlam.
Yeah, no, Bedlam's, I like it better, but
but that's what I mean. Like I think traditional SEO is. I don't think anything is easy, but I think it's easier than local right now. But local is intriguing because one of the things I love about being an SEO is things are always changing. As soon as you put your hand up and go, I know what everything is. One, we all know you don't, and two, why? Like I want to be in a situation where I'm constantly learning.
Yeah, the ever-changing is amazing.
Yep.
So let's talk a little about Google My Business listings. You told me before they're not important at all. I'm joking, you said they're important. But
We're just going to delete this. This will be fine.
No, this is good. This is what he really told. No, I'm just joking. So let's talk about why do you think it's important?
It's important to be where your consumers are. So I'm in the automotive industry. 80 to 90% of our clients' traffic comes from mobile. Google My Business is becoming the placeholder for where consumers find if they're looking for a car, they're more than likely on their phone. So the first thing that they're going to see is their Google My Business listing on Maps or in the mobile SERP.
Right.
So a lot of it, where we can't have specific automotive or cars on the Google My Business listing, with the exception of the products beta or Google Posts or no, those are the two main places. You're going to end up going to the website, but all of your contact information is going to be on your Google My Business.
Right.
And that is going to be the gateway to getting a lead or getting your consumer to you as quickly as possible. So that's what we're seeing.
For automotive specifically?
Yep.
Interesting. Is it like important for SEOs to have their listings on Google My Business?
I think if you have a brick and mortar local business, you need to be on Google My Business.
So any query pretty much that you search for service or type of whatever you're doing, and not even ads. More important for those that if you do search for dentist and local come up, definitely need Google My Business. If you search for query and city name and local comes up, you definitely need it.
Right. Like if you look at a business that before the internet would have been in the yellow pages,
then business wasn't on the yellow pages.
Then more likely, like if your yellow pages update wasn't there, then people wouldn't know how to find you or call you. Look at it that way. That's what I try to do. Like if somebody could, if everything that you can do is over the phone, then it's not as big of a deal. But if you need to physically see someone, then that's what you want to make sure that at the bare minimum you've claimed your Google My Business. Because it's amazing to me how many, not even automotive, that you just think, oh, this is a big company in the area. I know them. I see their billboards all over the place. And then you go to their Google My Business and it's not claimed. And it blows my mind.
Yeah, it's true. It's a lot of them. And then you go look at the Q&A listings and...
Oh, the Q&A is my favorite thing. I've said that in a couple, that's a slide in one of the decks that I have done at conferences, where it's nothing better than somebody asking a very easy question: do you take this form of payment? And somebody else responding, they do, but you don't want to buy from them because their website isn't very blah blah blah. And all the business needs to do is respond, yes we do, here's a quick link to our contact information.
Yeah, you can always find hidden treasures in there if you want to call it that.
Yep.
And one of them probably the most basic things businesses could do is just be on top of that stuff.
Well, and one little thing that I mentioned at the last conference was you can actually look at your competitors' Q&A to see where they're failing, and then take that and create either content, or I wouldn't go as far, like it would be adventurous to answer your competitor's Q&A as someone else, but most businesses can't do it without going, well, yeah, that's great, but go to this guy. Don't do it that way. Think of it as your competitors' customers are looking for this information. So if you create it on your website, you may be able to draw them to you instead of not necessarily on the Q&A, but just in the SERPs.
I hear you. So it's a good place to find content that you can write about to satisfy users' queries around your own business.
Right. It's sort of like when you're looking for links that are pointing to your competitors but not to you.
Yeah.
But think about it in a different way of just pulling in new ideas.
Okay. Do you miss the old days of local SEO back when you first started?
Yes.
Why?
Because it was easier to scale. I could dump a list of CSVs into Google My Business and everything was fine. It wasn't constantly reviewing updates and things along those lines.
Right.
And I missed the communication. I used to be able to call somebody at Google My Business.
That was as of maybe a few months ago.
Right. But I missed that from a standpoint of, even before that, when I first started, way back, years ago, my AdWords rep stayed a communication person the entire time she was at Google.
Okay.
So I could just ask because I never asked hard questions, just did I break this? Is this a glitch?
Right.
That's what I miss.
And what do you think's improved since the early days?
I think they're getting better at map spam.
Okay.
Like I know we're all experiencing it. It's like a roller coaster. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's bad. But I think that most of the changes that they're doing are for the good of the businesses. I like I liked when products came out. I like the product beta.
Yeah.
I like the Google Posts. Like they were huge for us in the beginning, and then they seemed to drop off.
Right.
But they're still successful in mobile, so I'm still getting a lot of that, especially for like my specific dealers. I use Google Posts to go after specific vehicles instead of oversaturation and doing it all the time.
Yeah.
I go, well, this is your fall special. Go after this one, and the other thing I like is the tracking within local. So I put UTM codes on all of my Google My Business.
Wasn't there a bug with that like months ago?
But there was, but
break the link.
that was Bill Hartzer had
Search
mentioned
console.
that. No, he had mentioned that it took it off the map. But I didn't, with the dealers that we have, I didn't have any incident with that. But the nice thing is then I can do an ROI on here's where your traffic is really coming from, either products or the Google posts.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do this, even with the loud music blaring.
Oh, I appreciate you taking the time as well.
If you speak to Jimmy and Alex and send regards, you probably speak to them more often than I do.
I talked to Jimmy more. I haven't seen Alex in a long time.
Yeah, they're still both with us for years and years. So.
Yep.
Good people. It's on the record.
They are good people.
Which means you're a good person, right? So.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So are you. And we appreciate everything that you do for us.
Cool. Anyway, how can people learn more about you, follow you and stuff?
You can follow me on Twitter. It's Kevin Doory. It's 2 O's, R-Y, not like the fish. I get a lot of that. That's the Finding Dory thing was slightly funny. But Twitter's probably the best place. I tweet about conferences a lot, and but I also tweet about sports a lot. So it's maybe not kid-friendly when sports are on.
Awesome. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Barry.